Well, in the theme of generosity, um, sometimes there are extraordinary acts of generosity that happen in church communities and all kinds of communities. And St. Mary's has received something extraordinarily generous. And to tell us more about this gift that is being made to us and for us, I invite John Gresha to speak.
Good morning, all. This is quite a tale, so I appreciate in advance bearing with me. It has lots of little points and nuance to it. Um, this tale centers around our former parishioners, Ken Burke and Stephanie Neal, who we know last summer moved to Seattle to begin their retirement together, right outside of Seattle. And if you remember, it was right after they moved that Ken was diagnosed with a severe form of brain cancer. It was very quickly operated on, removed. It was a type of brain cancer that just cannot be completely removed. It can be monitored, it can be controlled. And by the power of prayers, many of them involving our congregation, sent across the country to him, he is doing incredibly well as can possibly be imagined. So he continually sends his thanks for this. My insert into the story begins with a small gift that Ken gave me last summer. He gave me a set of vintage Hot Wheels for Leo, my son. And these were just incredibly cool. It was in the original box, and there was over 100 of them. And I thought, what a beautiful thing to pass along, you know, this very sentimental thing with his son. And now my son gets to play with them. I was just beyond moved. And then it was within a month after that that he asked if I would like this incredibly comprehensive collection of organ music that he kept within his family. And he passed that along to us. So in the choir room, there are these 3 big moving boxes of more organ music, substantial organ music that I could play in my lifetime. I won't have time to learn it all. But again, I was just incredibly humbled at the passing along of this as they were thinning out their things to make this move. So at this point, I don't know how to thank this person enough. So I emailed him, and we kept in touch through his surgery and through his recovery. And it was right around this time last year, early December, December 4th to be specific, Ken sent me an email thanking me for the prayers conjured from St. Mary's, but also mentioning that he and Stephanie, it would be a great privilege for them to provide the complete funds for the purchase of a new organ for St. Mary's. So, and he said very specifically, that this is where I start to lose my composure, that he didn't want us just to get the organ that we could barely afford in a capital campaign or fight to attach to a capital campaign, but to get the instrument that we desire and deserve, which is the most amazing thing to be placed into my musical world. So there were tears in December, there were tears in January, February, March, April, May, just at the incredible generosity of this gift. And as soon as the new year began, we had no idea that pandemic was going to hit. We started a little very private organ committee, which would involve myself, Tony Thompson, who was an organ aficionado his entire life, and Tony's dear friend, who became my good friend, Michael Giddens. He's an organ historian, technological guru, just he can describe anything. So we had 3 amazing people in this panel. And we had this amazing ability to get bids from organ companies and have this money gifted to us from Ken and Stephanie. And we went to the 2 main American companies, Rogers and Allen, which are kind of like the warhorse organ companies in the world. They're like the Chevy and the Fords of organs. And we got bids from both of them. And what they produce is kind of a mass-produced thing. You get the model and you know exactly what you're getting. But there was this other company that Tony had a personal relationship with the owner, Bob Walker. He owns the Walker Technical Company. And this was always a pipe dream company for us as we dreamt of what organ we could maybe get someday, but would never be able to afford. The Walker Technical Company provides the electronics for the major pipe organs across the world. They're one of the most sought after companies. And there's very few of them in the region and in the country. But we had a personal meeting with Bob Walker and his associate, and they provided us, I don't know how or why, if it was the relationship with Tony or our geographic location, but a bid that came in lower than the generic companies, Rogers and Allen. So what we found ourselves ordering is a completely custom 4-manual Walker organ, electronic, with an antiphonal in the back of the church, fully utilizing our full space, the way the church was originally conceived. We're gonna have speakers in the front, in the back, access to 6,000 non-organ sounds for all of our needs, gospel, world music, anything that we could imagine coming into contact with over the next decades of music, this organ will be able to provide. And the thing that I love about it the most is Ken requested that we get something that would have a legacy effect to our music program at St. Mary's. So there's nothing in this organ that will become obsolete anytime soon, because the actual organ is made to be a classic organ console in the model of the Aeolian Skinner, which is the American classic console of the 20th century. And all of the stuff that could potentially be dated one day is outsourced. It's external. So not to get into too much organese, it's the most, it's a dream scenario that we are entering into. And when the seed was planted again, we had no idea that COVID was coming. But I just can't even wrap my brain around how beautiful it's going to be when this organ, which will be a custom organ, will be installed in our church, and we will have the privilege of entering back into the church around the same time, God willing, that this organ is installed. Right now, it's scheduled to be installed in May, middle of May. It's just mind-blowing. My brain is not fully wrapped around this. But yeah, it's absolutely the most profound gift ever given to the music department at St. Mary's, and the one that will be with us and will surround us for decades to come, literally decades to come. It'll inspire a level of musicianship at St. Mary's, the choir, within myself. This organ will humble me. It honestly will. I'm gonna have to learn to drive it well, like a big, beautiful car. But it's the most gracious gift from Ken and Stephanie that can be imagined. And he mentioned in his email that he's empathetically not seeking a memorial. That's not where he is at. He is doing just this as a celebration of how moved he was being with us. It's a love of the congregation, the love of his time in the choir, and of the mission of our church and the part that music plays in our church. And I think that's the most important part, just how profoundly he was moved by what we do, what we are, and how much music, he's a huge music lover, how much music plays a part in our equation at St. Mary's. So this is something that we can celebrate together this Christmas. It's been incredibly crazy keeping this within me for the past year. It's incredibly freeing to tell you all. And this is something that we're going to be able to celebrate into next year. We'll probably do a huge series of celebratory concerts in September or sometime when, you know, it's deemed safe. So there that is. And Sean, you can tie up the loose ends because there are lots of loose ends. I'm going to go cry now.
Well, John has had to keep this under wraps for quite a while. And as you can only imagine, this gift is in great part a gift that expresses love for John and love for the program that he shepherds among us. So Ken and Stephanie, this is a gift honoring John and honoring this community. And so it's with John and I had an opportunity to be on Zoom with Ken and Stephanie a couple weeks ago, and just their love was really palpable. And they were not able to be with us this morning because Ken continues on chemotherapy, and it's difficult to get up at Eastern time from where he is on Bainbridge Island. But I've seen a question in the chat: how can we express our thanks? Ken said, please write on my Facebook wall. So feel free to write on Ken's Facebook wall if you are Facebook friends with him. If you are not, I'm happy to provide his email or a mailing address. Just get in touch with me and I can get that to you. But I would actually love if you'd love to just say something really short. We're recording this whole service to share with Ken and Stephanie. If you'd just like to say a short thank you verbally, invite you to put your name in the chat and I'll call on you. And so they'll just get to hear a few of us saying thank you. If I'm overwhelmed by names, might not get to all of you, but just would love to have a few smiling faces saying thank you to Ken and Stephanie, or expressing whatever else you might be feeling about this remarkable gift. So thank you so much, John, for all, and to Tony for all that you've put into making this possible for us. It's really, really exciting. So anyone who might like to say something, I invite you to or you might just be dumbstruck and don't have anything to say at this moment. That's okay too. Just give a moment. Tony, go for it.
I had to unmute. I am so beyond words right now. I'm tearing up, and I'm just so happy that we are able to do this, which is going to be our future musically. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just so thankful to Ken and Stephanie, and that's all I can say right now.
Thanks, Tony. Heather and Rosie.
Thank you so much, guys. Say thank you. Are you excited to hear the new organ? I'm super excited.
Mommy's mouth.
Rosie.
Mindy.
Thank you so much, Ken and Stephanie. We miss you so much in the choir, and Ed misses you, Stephanie, in the pews. Take care out there.
Kathy.
Ken and Stephanie, I can't tell you how much you've lifted the spirits, especially of those of us in the choir. We had a special choir Zoom meeting last night, and John told us the news a little ahead of time, and we all had the best time you can imagine. I know I just feel so much excitement, and thank you all. Thank you both so much. We really appreciate it.
Elizabeth Vale.
Yes, I just want to echo what everyone said. I've been at the church since 1994, and we've talked about the poor little sad organ ever since 1994, and how are we going to deal with this organ? And oh my God, could we get rid of this organ? But we could never, ever, ever afford it. So you are our heroines and our heroes forever. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Stephanie, you always knock it out during a coffee hour. So we'll have a virtual coffee hour for you, or maybe you can come back to the East Coast and we'll give you a great thank you coffee hour. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Bruce. Catherine Sellen.
Thank you so much, Ken and Stephanie. You're truly ushering in a new era for us, and we miss you terribly. We all miss each other, and we already thought whenever we manage to get back into that space again, it's going to be mind-blowing, but this just tops the cake. Thank you so much.
Jamie Cotmere.
Sorry, I was going to put the name in and you called on me. So thank you. I think Christina typed it in for me. Ken, I miss singing with you so much. We miss having you with us at St. Mary's, and hopefully someday you'll be able to come back and enjoy the beautiful organ with us. So, and the kids send their thanks as well.
And I do too.
And Christina. Yeah. Thank you both.
Betsy Martin.
Ken and Stephanie, you've shown us that miracles do happen, and this one's a musical miracle, and also just a remarkable gift. Thank you. We do miss you. We wish you well out there in Seattle area.
Betsy, you seem.
Speaking for the Welcoming Newcomers Committee, I remember when you all were when Ken and Stephanie were brand new to St. Mary's, and we were hoping you would stay. They would stay, and we had our eye on you. And then I heard Ken singing in the congregation, and I said, you really ought to be in the choir. And thankfully he did join the choir, but we were so glad you came and you stayed. And now you've given so much.
Thank you. And right.
Stephanie, you and I got to be friends when Ken got recruited to the choir. And so rather than sit alone, we found each other as pew mates. And I look forward to the time that they put Ken back to work up singing, and that you and I can enjoy a super duper organ choir concert together. Deepest thanks from all of us in Ardmore to all of you in Seattle.
Deacon Karen.
Excuse me. Guys, I just want to say how much I truly appreciate this incredibly generous gift. It is surely appropriate on this third Sunday of Advent, which we celebrate Christian joy. And I want you to know that I continue to pray for both of you, as I'm sure everybody here does as well. And please know you're always in our thoughts as well. God bless and take care.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you all. It is indeed a great, great joy to celebrate this remarkable gift and to anticipate the organ's arrival and then our return to church to celebrate with the most amazing sounds, 3D sound all around us, as John explained, and just really, really exciting. So thank you so much, Ken and Stephanie, and thank you, John and Tony, for shepherding this process.
Bye. For coffee hour.
John and Tony. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
A new organ. That's
Yeah.
incredible. I'm so excited for us all.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
It is. It's wonderful.
And John, you deserve it.
Oh, Lord.
You so
Absolutely.
deserve
Oh.
it.
It is all of ours.
In a
Merry
year of
Christmas, John.
staggering horrors and difficulties, this gift is absolutely staggering. The best staggering I could imagine.
Yes.
So generous.
Oh my gosh. It's just amazing.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Such a central part of what we do. You know, it just fills the entire church and surrounds us for our hymns. You know, a huge part of the equation. It's incredible. So
Wow.
I can
We have to
certainly
have a
understand why you have
hallelujah
a
service.
hard time wrapping your head around it.
What a wonderful end to a kind of miserable year.
yeah, truly.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And thank you
Tony.
to Ken and Stephanie, who I think we're
Yeah.
going to be
Thank you.
sneaking
Yes.
this because
Yes.
I got that little red
Stephanie.
recording lined
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Yes.
Yep.
We'll be getting a copy of this.
Thank you.
Cheers and
Thank you,
blessings.
Ken and Stephanie.
Yeah, I was waiting to stop the recording until y'all were finished saying wonderful things about them. So
Thank you, Luke.
you're welcome.
You're slick.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Betsy, for remembering, for bringing back to memory the
Welcoming. if
their
you-
welcoming and the advent of Ken and
Well, I
Stephanie.
especially remember we had a coffee hour where we wanted to introduce people to IHN, and we set up, you could go do a tour of the rectory in the apartment for IHN. And I remember Stephanie going up on that little tour and thinking, great, here's a newcomer, who seems to be getting interested. So
All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording now. So
Oh, lovely.
bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye to those who are leaving.
Well,